Welcome to today's tutorial where we're going to go through manually setting to-do items in Nexus 360. What I'm going to do initially is log in as the lab manager for this particular instance of Nexus 360. And here we have set up on this site a notification which you can find in another tutorial how to establish these. If I just select OK here, then you can see that this manager has a dashboard that's set up with information that's really of use probably only to the manager in terms of user logins, disk space and so forth. Before we actually go through and set up to-do items, we just need to check our group permissions, and there's another tutorial relating on users and permissions. But basically we want to check the groups that we've got set up to ensure that they can actually see the to-do list items. So if we go to the Manage menu as the lab manager, down to Security and Users, one of the users I'm going to use for this tutorial is Peter Parslow. So I want to have a look at what user group Peter Parslow actually belongs to. So here we have on the left-hand side Peter's details, and on the right-hand side we can see that Peter is a member of the Scoring Technicians group. If I now go back to Manage, Security and Groups as the lab manager, I can go into the Scoring Technicians and also see what permissions this group has. Once I'm in there, if I just scroll down, I can have a look, and here we've given this Scoring Technicians group the ability to view to-do items, to create to-do items for other people as well, and to edit the to-do items that appear on their list. For the Scoring Technicians group in this particular case, we have not given them permission to delete any to-do items. So what I'm going to do here is actually take you through just manually setting up a to-do item for a particular user. So when I'm logged in as the manager, I can go to the Manage To-Do Items menu. And you can see some information here that pertains to previous items that have been set up. So to set up a new one, I just go to the Add To Do button. And this is where I might want to set up an example to-do item for Peter Parslow to call patient X to follow up appointment. And in the details, I might say check insurance card information is valid when scheduling. And I want to assign this to Peter Parslow as the user within Nexus 360. It's not urgent, so I might just put this as high priority. And I'll leave the group alone for the moment, but you can assign based on groups instead of particular users. But here I just want it to be assigned to Peter Parslow, and I want to assign a due date of the 13th of July 2017. Simply select Create, and if we filter up here by user, you can see when I'm logged in as the manager, you can see the to-do item that I've just created. Now what I want to do is log off and log back in as Peter Parslow as part of the Scoring Technician group. And once again we get that notification that appears. And here Peter Parslow on his dashboard actually has a to-do item that has been set up as one of the widgets. And you can do that just by going up into the View button and adding a particular widget. And here we previously selected the to-do items one. There is another tutorial on how to set up the dashboards and so forth. Just click Save, and here we have it. So this is the to-do item list that appears as Peter Parslow's dashboard or workflow on a daily basis. And we can see here that we've got the item of calling patient X to follow up that appointment. Now Peter could also log into the Manage menu, and you'll see that given he's part of the Scoring Technicians group and not the Lab Managers group, he doesn't see all of the menu items that appear in here. He only sees a select few. One of those is the to-do items that we've previously enabled. And here in his to-do list, you can also see in the top right-hand corner, if I click Show Completed, you could also see some of the completed to-do items that have been done in Peter's history. So here is a full list. Now we can filter once again by user because Peter has the ability to view all users at the moment. And so if Peter then goes in for calling patient X, he's then gone in and completed that task. You can click on the pencil icon and just change that to completed. Of course, there's a whole range of options there, including being in progress or waiting on someone else. So if I now select completed and update, then you'll now see that here, against that to-do item that we just created, Peter has completed that, and we can move on to his next task. Thank you for watching this tutorial.